All right, coaches, here we go. Um, Coach Washington here, Port Angeles football. Video number 5. We're talking play 8, the power sweep. I'm going to keep it in this view of the PowerPoint presentation. In the other view, I keep losing my mouse. It just kind of disappears on me. So I'm just going to keep it here, and hopefully we can rock and roll that way. All right, so play 8 or power sweep. All right, first off, what the players are going to hear is either 18 or 28, depending upon who the ball carrier is, right? This diagram right here is showing 28, in which the tailback is the ball carrier. If it's 18, the tailback and quarterback will simply switch positions, all right, or swap their alignment. The quarterback would then, he'd be receiving the pitch, and the tailback would take over for him on his lead block in the corner. So either one of them can run it. We need to mix it up and vary it so we don't get a key on our drop back passing that the quarterback always going to be over there to the left when he is about to throw the ball. So just keep that in mind, either 18 or 28. We can run it both ways. All right, both of them need to know, hey, I'm just leading on the corner if I'm on the power side of the formation. All right, so let's talk about some key blocks of this play. All right, first off, the X receiver. Okay, the X receiver right here. I'm just going to widen that out so you can see the X. All right, but the X receiver is going to execute what we call a blood block. Okay, a blood block means, all right, in our terminology, it means that he's going to block the first backer inside of the force. Okay, the first backer inside the force. It's not a crack on the force like people are used to seeing, right? He is serving to help seal off the inside of the player, the rest of the defense, right, by his blood block, all right? Next is the double by the outside tackle and wingback, all right? The outside tackle and wingback. All right. By rule, the outside tackle on play 8, his job is to reach the end man on the line of scrimmage, right? Which right now, or in this 4-3 set, is this defensive end right here, okay? So his job is to go ahead and reach him. He will have the assistance of the wingback in doing this, all right? So as he's reaching, the wingback stepping up, and they're serving to seal off that defensive end, all right? Now, much like a zone concept, if the wingback can help the tackle to go ahead and seal him inside, and he knows he's got it, he can leak off the number 2, all right, and help us to get a piece of number 2. Okay, the H-back here, all right, this is the light blue. The H-back is responsible for hooking the force player, okay? Now, he's coming here. He wants to get his head outside of the force, all right? He wants his head outside of the force. If he reduces, that's an easy task. If he starts to expand, all right, hey, we're going to widen out. Hopefully our seal then creates 2 possible lanes, all right, for our ball carrier to cut up through. Now, with that, if that force player is starting to expand and expand and expand, once again, the H is trying to hook. Our lead blocker is trying to come inside out of the corner to create 2 possible running lanes for the ball carriers that come through. If the inside of the defense is sealed off, he can go ahead and cut it up through. All right. If the force reduces and we're able to hook him outside, we should be able to create a lane by the block of our corner. All right. So it's kind of like, hey, damned if you do, damned if you don't. We've got about 100 guys coming on this side, all right, and we're going to outnumber you. All right, the rest of the offensive line, we're going to go through their rules for this play. The tight end on the backside, all right, by rule is going to go ahead and cut off, all right, cut off the next gap down. Meaning, all right, if they're in an eagle front like so, he would go ahead and cut off the 3 technique. All right. If it's if you're talking an over front with a 3 technique to the power side, all right, he's just going to go and he's going to continue on that track, all right, and look second level and cut off that backside linebacker. Our quick guard, okay, our quick guard is pulling on this play, all right, and he is first and foremost looking for any penetration, right, by blitzing linebackers. All right. So as he pulls, all right, he's got eyes on too. All right. And he's looking to see if they're pulling a gap. Some teams, as soon as we pull, they'll blitz and try to cut this thing off from underneath us. If that happens, he'll go ahead and pull up and he'll work on 2. Now, if he does not blitz, he's going to keep going, all right? And he's looking to get around the block of the inside tackle who has hopefully washed down the 3 technique or 4-eye, right, if that's what he has. If the inside tackle, all right, or see the inside tackle, by rule, okay, all right, for him, he's looking to say, hey, am I covered? We're considering covered is a 4, all right, or a 5 technique. If he has a 4 or 5 technique, he's going to strong side reach. If it's anything else, if he's got a 4-eye like he does here, or if there's a 3 technique on the guard, he will go ahead and he will railroad back, all right, and block and wash anything down, okay? If that tackle is moved over, if he's a 4-4-eye, the quick guard can cut that play up as the tackle expands. So he'll come up and come through the lane for number 2. In this particular instance, where we have a 3 technique play side, tackle will wash it down, right? And he's trying to cut off number 2, right, by going around the inside tackle. There may be times where the inside tackle washes his man down. The outside tackle, wingback, right, where they go ahead and seal that thing off. If there's, if it's cloudy, he's going to have to keep going, right? But we really don't want him to do that because this gap or this running lane can tend to get kind of congested then. The play side guard, okay, the play side guard will always, all right, or so the play side guard or the power guard is really who I'm referring to there. The power guard will always be pulling around the double team, okay, always be pulling around the double team, and he's looking for the alley defender, the alley defender who'll be scraping over the top, okay. So, all right, so that, generally speaking, one of the big things, we would much rather run this play, all right, to teams that are setting the 3 technique or a 4-eye, all right, to our unbalanced side. As you can see, versus the Eagle front, we can still run this same play. Our rules still apply, all right, and they're still good to go. However, it requires a reach block by the inside tackle and a cap off of the double team. So you're talking 2 consecutive reach blocks, which is tough, which is one of the reasons we run this front. So anyway, still possible, but like I said, we're going to be asking a whole lot more out of our inside tackle than just a down block. All right. All right. This play can also be ran out of saw. All right. A couple things change up here a little bit though. If we're running it out of saw, all right, if we're running out of saw, it will require fly motion by our tailback, all right, and it will eliminate 2 key pieces of that play. You can see, all right, in saw, our wingback is lined up wide. He will go ahead and he will stalk the corner, okay, since now we don't have the block of the quarterback coming through as the lead. We also miss the double team to seal off the defensive end, all right. So yes, we can run it out of saw. Yes, it's possible to run it out of saw. All right, blocking rules stay the same for everybody but the quarterback. But in order to do this, we have to ask ourselves as coaches, hey, can this outside tackle, can he hook the end? Can he solo that defensive end? If the answer is no, all right, then we run it out of green and white. If the answer is yes, he can, our dude is better than their dude, then we can go ahead and say, hey, saw is in effect, along with some other blocking schemes that we're going to talk about here in just a little bit. Okay, a couple other things, all right, a couple other things that we want to go ahead and take a look at. A weather block, okay, so, well, hold on one second, let me back up. All right, so here's green 28 lightning. Green 28 lightning. Now, a weather block tells us, hey, we're going to go ahead, we're going to swap our jobs. If we're having trouble getting this guy to expand, or we know that this guy's a pud and we can kick him out pretty easy, right? And it's going to be a lot simpler for us to crack down on that strong safety, we'll go ahead and we will call lightning, which tells the X, hey, you're no longer going to number 1. It calls off the blood block, and now it's a crack block. And it's like the crack of lightning, all right? It's just your normal solid crack. All right, the way this works best is to go ahead and run this play out of green, all right, 2 or 3 times, right, to where that strong safety gets used to that X flying past him and flying past him and flying past him, all right, so he's not looking for it, and then all of a sudden we call lightning and we have him crack down. If we need to, like I said, we can cut down the split of this, right, to help reduce this entire thing and give us more running room, right, around the edge. But for everything else, everybody else, right, stays the same. The lightning tag, right, the lightning tag talks to the X receiver and says, hey, you're going to work the force, all right, and so he's going to now swap jobs with the H. So there is your only real, your switch there is between the X and the H. Okay, the next one is Green 28 War. Green 28 War. If we've got a force player, that's a dude. Like if this guy is legit and he is freaking eating our toast, all right, we can't get him with the X. The H is struggling with him, all right. We can go ahead and we can swap the double team from being on the end, all right, from being on the end up here to the force. Okay, so War stands for wingback and receiver. All that says is, hey, now you guys are going to swap jobs with the end. You guys are going to go ahead and double down on the safety. So we're going to or double down on the force player. The X is going to crack. The wingback is going to go ahead and try to hook, and we're going to try to get this whole thing sealed off, all right, from the outside in, and allow that quarterback to go ahead and kick out the corner. Okay, so. What do we need to ask ourselves as coaches when we look at these plays or when we look at play 8, all right? So if you're sitting in the booth, all right, these are the things that we need to know either before we call the play or when, as it's being run, the things that we need to look at. First off, where is the defense? Where are they setting a 3 technique? Once again, this play runs best if that 3 technique is set to the power side or if they're setting a 4-eye like a 54 defensive front. To the side of the power side. Next thing is, and we need to make an honest assessment. Is our outside tackle better than their defensive end? Is our dude better than their dude? Right? If our coaches think we can go ahead and we get this hook solo, right, then we can go ahead and we can throw in War, or we can run this play out of Saw. If not, hey, we stick with green and white. Going along with that. Is the force expanding with the H? Okay, is the force expanding with the H? If the force is expanding, hey, we just need to make sure that we talk to our quarterback, talk to our tailback, and let that tailback know that, hey, that running lane might open up a little bit sooner, so don't be afraid to cut it up if we're getting the seal inside. Okay? Last but not least, with play 8 is our key breaker. Okay? A lot of teams will go ahead, all right, and they'll start to key RH. All right, they'll start to key RH back. All right, they'll have eyes on him. He goes one way. Hey, boom, that's their cue to follow instead of following our pulling guards. All right, now if this happens, we're gonna go ahead. Hey, green 28, bang thunder. All right, bang thunder. We're still taking the play to the power side, but all we're gonna do is we're gonna pull that power guard. We're gonna pull that H backward or back to the backside. Right, around the block of the tight end, around the reach block of the guard, around the reach block of the center. We're pulling these guys over here to hold those backers in place to buy us some time to go ahead and get everything sealed off. All right, once again with bang, right, the big, the most imperative thing here, right, is that our outside tackle can go ahead and get a solo reach block on that defensive end. All right. Bang essentially is the key word for the H block to go ahead and go back, the H back to go ahead and go backside, the power guard to go ahead and kick out backside, all right? And it also tells our quick guard and our center that, hey, you guys aren't blocking back anymore. You're not pulling. We're both going to execute reaches on that backside, all right, to try to hopefully cut those backers off with the time that false cue has bought us. Okay, on the play side now. All right, on the play side now. Once again, bang thunder. Thunder is a weather block. Thunder tells us, hey, we're going to go ahead and crack the force with the X. And he can reduce if necessary. All right, and the wingback is going to go ahead. He will not. Okay. He will not go ahead and double team the end. He's going to go around the crack depending upon the alignment of the X and the alignment of the force player, right? But he's going to go straight up to the inside backer, and he's looking to get a piece of that inside backer to seal off, all right, that running lane for the tailback. So what's it look like? Let's take a look at play 8, just a little bit of film, and we'll go from here. Okay, so this is 28. Or sorry, this is green 28 for us. Okay, you can see that they've reduced their X's a little bit on this play. That's something we can look at doing. Otherwise, he would be at 7 yards. Widen out that corner, make the kick out a little bit better for the corner. Okay. Now, when I talk about widening out that corner, this is why Redmond runs this a little bit differently. Right, the way that they're working this is the H back is kicking out the corner, and the quarterback is coming around, and he's working on the force. Right, but for everybody else, the blocking scheme pretty much remains the same. The X is going to go ahead. He's supposed to be blooding the first backer. All right, the wing back. All right, an offensive tackle. They're double teaming here. Except the difference for them is, hey, the H is kicking out the corner, and the quarterback is supposed to work on the force player there. All right, just want you guys to see real quickly. All right, this block by the wingback here. The wingback goes ahead. All right, now he's coming down on this defensive end, but he can see that the guy's already been overtaken by the offside tackle, so he's looking inside, all right, to hopefully get a piece of number 2. Now, he doesn't do a very good job, but you can tell, all right, what he was supposed to be doing there. All right, so here is, now we're going to the opposite way, all right? So this is gold 28. Gold 28, let's take a look. Okay, so this time, the big difference here, and this is something, again, we'll see, all right? So here's the corner, here's the force, and the force is coming on a blitz, okay? If the force is coming on a blitz, right, the H-back's going to have to make a decision very quickly, all right? Hey, am I going to kick him out or am I going to log him? If he's coming hot off the edge and he can log him, go ahead and log him and let the play go around it. If he's squaring up, all right, and he starts to widen it with the other, then we can go ahead and we can kick that thing out. So you can see him kicking out right there. Now, for us, big difference here is our X would be coming underneath, all right, for that blood block right there, okay? And our quarterback would be leading on that corner. But you can see that quarterback chip off that corner here late. And that's what springs the touchdown. All right, so real quick, let me check, make sure I'm talking about the right thing right now. Okay, here's another. This is 8 again. Okay, this is some miscue on here, all right? You can see that Redmond had a little bit of inconsistency between, hey, where's the H going, where's he not? Okay, this time the H tries to go ahead and hook the force, all right? But the quarterback doesn't get the block on the corner, all right? So they should be coming here, and the quarterback's coming here to go ahead and kick that out. All right, sealing up that lane for the back. The guard should be coming around looking for the safety or anybody else. All right, but the quarterback doesn't do so. All right, and so the corner's able to go ahead and kind of weasel in a little bit there. Pop, pop, pop. All right, this is 8 bang. Once again, teams that are queuing our H back, all right, we can go ahead and we can false key it. This is against a pretty solid Mazama team. They get lucky here too and catch them in a blitz. All right, so there it is. That is the power sweep. That is the 8 play. Let me know if you got any questions.